Meg Atterbury here from Fox in the Forest, and welcome to your 2-minute tour of Moab, Utah. Moab is world famous for its otherworldly desert landscapes, and you're going to get insider expert info on how to beat the crowds at this iconic destination. First, you want to visit Moab in spring and fall. This time of year has the best weather for outdoor activities and fewer crowds. If you want an even more secluded experience, consider visiting Moab in the winter. Just know that camping isn't always really possible, and a lot of the 4x4 roads aren't accessible this time of year. When it comes to things to do, you can spend a lifetime here and not even scratch the surface. So at least plan for a weekend, and if you can, stay longer. Or, if you're like me, just keep coming back again and again and again, year after year. One of the best ways to beat the crowds is to get a permit for some of the overnight adventures in Canyonlands National Park. Backpacking in the Needles is an absolute must-do. The weird and wild canyons here are just jaw-dropping. Being immersed in them for sunrise or sunset is absolute magic. The White Rim Road is a multi-day 4x4 driving or mountain biking adventure that will take your breath away, and it is a classic route that takes you through the best views of the island in the sky. Day trippers should absolutely drive the Island in the Sky Scenic Drive. Mesa Arch is an iconic but extremely busy sunrise photography location. For a less crowded alternative, head to the Grand Viewpoint for sunrise and then visit Mesa Arch after the crowds have dissipated. Arches National Park is one of the most famous parks near Moab. It's often very crowded during the day, and you'll need a timed entry permit to enter the park during specific hours between April and the end of October. They do close the park if it is overloaded, so you certainly want to make sure you get an early start here. Delicate Arch is the most famous hike in the area. It is almost always filled with people. We did this hike for sunrise on Christmas Day, and we were one of 3 other groups, so plan to start by headlamp if you want to see this spot without that many people. Devil's Garden is a classic hiking area with many different options, including Landscape Arch, the longest known arch in the world. There are suitable hikes for beginners to experts in this area. The Fiery Furnace is another way to get away from the crowds and arches. It is a permanent adventure where you can find some solitude. Intrepid hikers can go on their own, while beginner hikers can opt to take a ranger-led tour. The Eye of the Whale is a quick 4x4 adventure that sees hardly any people. Tower Arch is another great hike that is in a remote area of the park that few people get to see. Catching a desert sunset is a must-do in Moab. Be sure to check out Dead Horse Point State Park, Thelma and Louise Point, SUV required, or Fisher Towers for awesome sunset spots. Popular activities include 4x4 driving, rock climbing, and rafting in the summer. For more details about visiting Moab, including permits, information on timed entry, hot safety tips, and a complete packing list, see the show notes down below. If you like this video, take the subscribe button on an adventure with you, and for more expert advice on secret gems in the Moab area, visit my blog, foxintheforest.net. Happy adventuring. Bye.
The only song we should be listening to as we crawl up this crazy thing.